When you're feeling all alone, only you to hold your own. No one there to help you, only there to hold you down. So stop, don't beat up yourself, 'cause it's everyone else. So don't look down, look up around, 'cause you are better. I can see that when the fire gets started, it takes a lot of tears to wash away. When they come and make you feel downhearted, don't hide away. And now it's feeling like the longest day. It's getting harder to find the will to stay. You gotta find the strength inside of you, so don't hide away.
Being a teenager is difficult enough without the added stresses of social media. How often have you posted a video or photo and then it's gone viral? You share something online with a friend and by the end of the day, everyone in school seems to be talking about it. Social media has made it easier than ever for people to connect instantly around the world. But this also allows for some dangers of having your name defamed. And once something is on the internet, it's very difficult to get rid of it.
My name's Cristina, and the personal struggles and issues that I dealt with started at the age of 13 and went all the way to the age of 21, which is from grade 7 to the first year of university. We're gonna start at grade 7, where this boy asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said no. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. So, yeah.
Get lost.
Took it the wrong way, and he decided to create a huge rumor about me doing inappropriate things over the internet on a webcam, and ended up printing out pictures and sending them off to their friends saying that it was me. This picture consisted of waist down. Never had a face in it. They sent this around to their friends saying, that girl Cristina, she'll do anything over the internet on a webcam. She does inappropriate things, and this was all not true. It spread around my whole school. It started out with that fake picture, and then it continued on to the online chat where they made a false account, put my name up there, and started typing these messages to other people, pretending it was me. This was all not true, and I just didn't know how to deal with it, and at the time, I was embarrassed to talk to my parents what was going on, so I was holding it all in. I was just completely alone, completely upset, completely afraid. I thought it would be best for me to switch schools. And this was not to run away from a problem that was happening. It's just to keep myself safe. When I started high school in grade 9 fresh, it just got worse and worse from there, where this spread around. And I walked into the school, didn't know anybody. I was completely by myself and I had 0 friends. I couldn't sit in class without being taunted. I started being followed by a group of girls. I started being pushed outside of exits. I started being jumped. It was me against the entire school. I had absolutely no one.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Is that gonna be your future career? Nobody even wants you around. You're so disgusting. Hey, well, hold on. Smile for the camera girl. So what are you wearing? What is that? I don't do anything to you guys. So many things. Did your rats match your top? Like, right? Hey, porn star. Hey, sorry. Getting yourself all made up. Pretty. Let me help. Yeah. Put that right there. Let's dress you up.
I never went out on Friday nights, Saturday nights. I never went out during the week. I was just locked in that room, in dark, sitting on the floor. I wouldn't even sit on my bed. I walked into a movie with my cousin one night, and I was being followed. These girls were waiting for me outside of the theater, so I had to call my parents to come pick me up. They would go to a fast food place, and they would throw the barbecue sauces and the ketchup sauces. They would come and throw eggs. They would target my room windows, and they would cover it in eggs. My brother at the time had just gotten his first car, and they came by that night and destroyed it with eggs. They keyed it, they scratched it, and they absolutely destroyed his car. At home, and I would go to dinner and make an excuse of, oh, I have a lot of homework, I'll just eat in my room.
How was everybody's day today? You got anything interesting to share? Not really.
Everything all right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to my room and do some homework. I'd bring it up to my room, and I would just sit in the corner and cry in complete darkness. I would throw my lunches in the garbage, and my parents would think I ate lunch. It just got to the point where I was not eating, losing tremendous weight. I always have a headache. My parents would start talking to me about anything, and I would just freak on them over them asking me how my day was.
Hey, man, can you watch the game with us?
No, I don't want to watch the game with you.
Whoa, are you okay?
I literally just walked in the front door and you're asking me about the game already. Maybe could you just back off for once?
Okay, you know what? You need to show me some respect, young lady.
Whatever.
Family would come over, and I would just lock myself in the bathroom and in the dark. They would just try and come up and be like, just come down, you don't have to eat, just come be with us. Let's go watch a game on TV, and I would just snap on them.
Watch the game.
No, I don't want to watch the game.
Whatever, we can do anything. We can watch something else.
Go away!
I built up enough courage to actually tell my parents what was going on. Actually, first I started talking to my mom because of what was going on. I was a little embarrassed to tell my dad, you know, there's a provocative picture going around that's not me, but I'm being accused of it.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to talk to you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I really wanted to talk to you about something that I've been holding in for a while now. A boy sent a picture around of me, pretending it was me, and
When I did, we went into my school and right away talked to the principal, and my locker was moved in front of a camera. I wasn't allowed on the bus. I had to be picked up and dropped off at the front of the school every day from my parents. Every time I would leave class, the teacher had to watch me from the door until I got to my locker or until I got to the next class. I wasn't allowed to be anywhere alone in the school, not even to go to the bathroom. During this whole thing, I felt embarrassed. They continued to call and call and call.
Hello?
And always blocked number, always saying inappropriate things, and got to the point where my parents had to start holding my cell phone, and they started answering, and they would not stop these prank phone calls. The phone calls lasted for about 1.5 to 2 years. The officer told me you have to log the time they called and anything you heard them say. So we had a call log of everything.
We're gonna need you to start taking a log of Christina's phone, incoming calls, everything you can tell us.
It's very important that during these phone calls you record everything that is said to you. I know it would be very difficult.
You understand the nature of these calls.
The police had to get involved, and they told me that they were gonna take my computer. I looked at them, I said, please take it, because you need to help me get to the bottom of this. And when I said that, the officer knew that I have done nothing wrong. They checked all my stuff, and they finally got to the bottom of it. We finally gathered enough evidence, and the police said we were gonna hold an intervention. They helped me deal with it. They confronted this boy.
Well, there's the bully right there.
Can I help you?
Parents home?
Yeah, just 1 second. Mom?
Good afternoon, ma'am. We're investigating reports of cyberbullying at your son's school, and his name came up numerous times. If it's all right with you, we'd like to ask him to come down to the precinct so we can answer a few questions for us.
Each student had a mentor with them. And she is the only person I keep in touch with from high school. I could talk to someone. Somebody was there for me. I can let out how I felt. And she would help me with my schoolwork. She would joke around with me. The connection we had was just phenomenal, and she helped me walk through that school, helped me get back on my feet. She took me out for coffee one night after school. I've never gone outside of my house or outside of school, and the feeling I have in my body right now, like I'm shaking, because it's just, thinking back to that moment was how excited this little kid was. There's hope. There's somebody that loves you. There's somebody that cares about you. There's somebody that will listen to you. And there's somebody that will help you, always. No matter where it is, no matter who it is, there is somebody. I ended up switching schools for grade 11, and I attended a sports school. I got a second chance, to start high school again, to start fresh. Nobody knew me, nobody knew my past. At this school, there was a guidance counselor and a teacher. Just went in one day and I sat down and talked to her, and I cannot tell you the feeling I had when I left that office. I felt like I lifted 5,000 plates off my shoulder, and I just felt amazing. And I went in every day for about an hour. We would just sit and chat.
Okay, class, let's get started. You know the drill. Take a sheet, pass it around. You now have 2 minutes to write whatever you want to write about today. How are you feeling? Did you do something good today? Did you do something bad today? I'm not reading these, this is just for you, no judgment.
Then we go into writer's craft class, and she had this thing at the beginning of every class. You took 2 minutes and you wrote anything on your mind. And those 2 minutes were just how good I felt, and gave myself a challenge here and there of do something nice for someone today, or pick up a piece of garbage. Challenge yourself. Pick a new word to learn. Play a game. Treat yourself tonight. Come around the top of the circle, you're gonna shoot. After you shoot, you're gonna come all the way around the bottom. I actually played 2 years on the New York University team. I wanted to open up my own hockey school. I've been open for about 2 years now, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. It's a huge passion of mine. If I were able to actually go back to when I was 13, I should have told my parents what was going on and said, hey, listen, there's a rumor going around about me, but now all my friends are turning against me, and all these things are happening at school. So I don't know what's going on or how to do with it. Like, what should my next step be? Should we go talk to the principal? Should we confront the individuals? Should we confront their parents? How should we deal with it? And I would say to myself, go talk to somebody. You need help. My family is the most important thing I have in my life. One of my biggest messages to anybody who is holding in a bullying problem is to let it out to anybody will make you feel 100% better. There is always somebody there for you. There's always somebody that will listen to you, that will help you. I don't want to go back to that emotion and, beat myself up over it, whereas I want to make that a positive message and tell them that there's hope.
That guy, just what a sad excuse of a human being, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's disgusting. It honestly, those stories are the ones that always set me off. Yeah, one stupid, hurtful thing and her whole entire teenage, that was it. 8 years of her life done.
Yeah.
I think it's the other students who
went with it.
Keep going.
No one tried stopping it at all.
And
it's the
that
mob mentality.
I was about to say that, yep.
People using the internet, especially young people, need to remember that once it's there, it's there. It's there forever. Anybody can access it. So you need to, before you do anything, you need to think about whether it's something you want to be there forever.
Suppose you are an innocent bystander in that school and you had heard this rumor about some girl that you barely spoke to. I think it's really disturbing that everyone's reaction is immediately to taunt her and make her life miserable. Why do we feel that way about, people who have nude pictures of themselves on the internet? We have a very victim-blamey sort of attitude towards all this.
I think there's a lot of sexism when it comes to girls and guys portraying themselves sexually.
It would be so different if it was a guy.
People probably would have praised this person rather than made them a victim. I think a lot of 12-year-olds are scared of saying something because they're scared of getting in trouble themselves. They need to feel comfortable and safe in coming forward.
I think if you do see this happen to somebody else, it's really important to think about the kind of position that this person is in. don't humiliate them anymore. Don't spread this picture around. Don't talk about it with other people. Just don't even look at it. Treat that person with respect. Be good to others and be good to yourself, right?
At 12 years old, a lot of people don't realize that what they put there now, like opinions and like thoughts and whatever they're saying about like anything, it can affect them later in life with the internet, because I'm older now, so like job interviews.
Having those mistakes forever on the internet, it's pretty scary.
You may think cyberbullying is just the internet's version of poking fun at someone and that everyone goes through it. But the effects on the victim's brain and overall health are no laughing matter. And we certainly saw this in Cristina's story. It is estimated that 41% of teenagers that experience cyberbullying also experience depression, anxiety, or insomnia. That means there are people in your class, school, and community that struggle with their mental health because of cyberbullying, because of hurtful choices other people have made. But here's the catch. Research suggests that the victim of cyberbullying is more likely to become the bully, and this creates a vicious cycle. Cyberbullies themselves are more likely to have their own set of mental health challenges like aggression, anger management, hyperactivity, and substance abuse. So here's the deal. It's up to all of us to break this cycle, and this is how. It's your choice to be the bully. It's your choice to report when someone is being bullied, and it's your choice to seek help if you're being bullied. The brain is wired to be social, to connect, and to build community. The brain is happiest and healthiest when in this type of environment. So it's a big red flag when we are isolating ourselves from one another or purposely hurting one another. If this is happening, if you are hurting people or being hurt by people, it's time to reach out for help. It's time to recognize that you, your body, and your brain were not built to live this way. So what are you gonna do? The health of your community depends on it. With that in mind, until the next time, let's do better by thinking better.
What started as a simple disagreement quickly escalated when social media was used to spread a rumor throughout the school. Cristina's reluctance to talk to an adult meant that she was an easy target for bullies and continued to be the victim of cruel and unfounded abuse for years. Embarrassed and afraid, she felt like she couldn't reach out for help. Once she realized that she needed and deserved help, she reached out to a very supportive network. Cristina's struggles could have been avoided if her peers had stood up for her. A rumor ends as soon as those hearing it refuse to keep sharing. The next time you hear gossip going around, whether you think it's true or not, make it stop with you. Whether or not you realize it, you are an important link in any social chain that impacts the lives of everyone around you. Here's a great quote to remember from Eleanor Roosevelt. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people.